Hello, everybody. Um, Welcome back to Co.Lab Sound. This is our last event and almost at the end of the festival as well. I have a few of my artists here with me, and we're going to be discussing our Exquisite Corpse project. In a few minutes, we'll be kind of showing some of the films and talking about them as we go. I'll let people pop up and say hi, and I've got a few people waiting to join our meeting, so let's all pop in and get ready. As we are getting ready for this screening this evening, I imagine it'll be about an hour and a half of kind of individual films, some ranging from kind of 5 to 10 minutes, some going longer, 20 to 30 minutes. And we'll be kind of watching a film and then popping up as a group and discussing what we thought about the process and moving on to the next one. I guess I'll start with a little introduction to what our Exquisite Corpse project actually was. It came up in a group discussion we were having about, I think, 2 months before the online festival launched. We had started meeting online using Discord to kind of talk and share ideas and share our practices. And a few of us in our initial conversations wanted to do an activity where we could get to learn about each other's practices, the way we worked, and just kind of get to know, us as individual artists a bit better. I think I mentioned in our open studio yesterday, I know Nadia, who's just joined the call with us, kind of originally brought up the Exquisite Corpse kind of as a format, and I think we as a group kind of altered it and changed it to kind of fit our means. But we started with each of our artists and myself putting in one artwork that we felt represented our practice or what we were trying to represent in this Co.Lab Sound exhibition. And it kind of went through a daisy chain of alterations, edits, and iterations as one work was passed on kind of down the line of each artist. Kind of like a game of telephone where you're only hearing the kind of whisper of the person next to you, but you haven't seen the first thing. And so it was really a project about change and getting used to each other's practices and seeing how our own styles might be able to mesh or completely derail or just make something new out of kind of the work that we already had prepared. I guess we will start with our first Exquisite Corpse. I'm going to be showing these probably, I think the best is showing them in the way we had aired them. So the first is by Roy. I'm going to share my screen now and we will get going on that. Once the film has ended, I'll pop back up and we'll have a little chat about it then.
D is for dog. The dog is staring at the wall in an empty corner of the room. Every now and then it looks back at us, then back at the wall. The dog whines. Clearly it sees something that we can't. But there's nothing there, and we don't know why the dog is so upset. D is for dog. Every now and then it looks back at us, then back at the wall. The dog whines. Clearly it sees something that we can't. But there's nothing there, and we don't know why the dog is so upset. D is for dog. The dog is staring at the wall in an empty corner of the room. Every now and then it looks back at us, then back at the wall. The dog whines. Clearly it sees something that we can't. But there's nothing there, and we don't know why the dog is so upset. D is for dog. The dog is staring at the wall in an empty corner of the room. Every now and then it looks back at us, then back at the wall. The dog whines. Clearly it sees something that we can't. But there's nothing there, and we don't know why the dog is so upset. D is for dog. The dog is staring at the wall in an empty corner of the room. Every now and then it looks back at us, then back at the wall. The dog whines. Clearly it sees something that we can't. But there's nothing there, and we don't know why the dog is so upset.
The things does not check does not necessarily a different, easier to identify. To move by an important part is much in addition to the things does not check does not necessarily a different, easier to identify. To move by an important part is much in addition to
No, you stay here. Okay. So I was thinking,
Do we
what if we get Maria some Monday?
The things does not. Oh. Is not necessarily a different, easier to identify. To move by an important part is much in addition to
Okay, that was our first Exquisite Corpse. That one was by Roy. I think we'll just take a minute or two if people want to have a quick chat about that. Now, I know that one was, I think, our longest one. That was just over half an hour. So a bit of a long one to start out with, but I figured good to start. How do you guys feel about that? That went really out at the end, didn't it?
Yeah, it's really out there, like mental stuff. That's so good.
Find it interesting to see, and in the beginning it builds up with layers of sound, and it gets also some video, and then all of a sudden it becomes a text, and it becomes something completely different.
Yeah, I found it like it's like a post-humanist aesthetics mixed with conceptual art. Very interesting, yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny how you kept with it. Like it was long at the beginning, but it kind of really had your. Well, it was like a movie, it's like this. What do you call it in a film where you sort of like slightly scared and you don't know what's going to happen, and it really kind of kept you there, which I really enjoyed. And then it was nice to have the bit of visuals and text and other things as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still wondering what the dog was looking at.
So I don't remember if everybody remembers the bit they edited, but my edit on that one was the like little bit of text that comes up during that. The dog walks in and it's like, "Oh, I'm eating your favorite breakfast," and I was just sat there.
Are you the writing one? Did you do the writing?
Yeah, so that was my edit, and I listened to it, and I still loved just going, D is for dog. It made me so happy. I was like, I want to mime a dog in my house. This is great.
Sure.
But I loved, especially because we said try as much as possible to only work for like 5 minutes on this. I tried to stick to that and just do the first thing that came off the top of my head. I don't know about you guys, but
no, I think that is so important, about this particular project, is that you don't like overthink things. And I think the whole vibe, I think with the whole group actually, who you put together, Marley, is about that. Like it's about rawness, it's about, spontaneity, intuition, quick. Because I think often as artists, we respond to something like inspiration is such an interesting kind of thing. And we have, I guess, I don't know, we all work slightly different, but we have a little vision whether that's an audio or whatever. But and then sometimes I find with too much time or too much kind of possibilities, you overthink things. It's almost like the first thought or the first answer is actually the right one. And so I think that limitation of time was really important, a very important part of this, because yeah, people, otherwise you just kind of spend too much time overthink things. And I think that's the beauty of this project, is that people just, we just leave it there. Oh my God, the little film is not perfect, or the sound is not so perfect, but it doesn't matter,
Yeah, I mean, this was just a great exercise in trying things, really. Let's jump on to the second one now. So the next is Camilla, and this one is, I believe, about 12 minutes long, so not as long as the first one. And we'll pop back after and have a chat about that one as well.
Cool.
Okay, that was Camilla's. What did you guys think of that one?
Yeah, it was really funny, that part where the sound of a phone was. I thought someone was getting a call. And then at the next file, I heard that it was distorted. So it was part of it.
Yeah, I love that second one where it gets distorted that little bit. When I was listening to it, I was like, oh, this is lovely. I'm at some seaside and like, oh, this is great. Oh, whose phone's ringing? And then it gets weird.
Yeah, I like this integration of non-humans and interspecies that I think is something that I've been reading about, like the sonic Anthropocene. Is this type of, the considering the relations that human has with nature in this edited loop, for many, many years, that in a sense the work is a loop. So I like this idea of the sonic Anthropocene, of integrating different species, human, machines, animals. Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one. As we're watching it, Camilla and Nadia are in the Facebook live chat as well, and they were trying to guess who's doing what edits. So I'm now really inspired to do a who's who pub quiz for us all, and maybe we can celebrate one evening and try to guess who edited what. That was amazing. That was really great. Any other comments, or shall we move on to the next one?
No, it's brilliant. Yeah, I just want to get to the next ones. They're really good. Love them.
Okay. So the next one, Nadia, is actually yours. Let me just get it ready. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna share that one and we'll get on the way.
Wolves. Glanced perfect season but achievements third. Wanted instrumental. Stage because with the side the Wanderer's injury. Successive ligament influential cycle. Bournemouth. Glanced perfect season but achievements third. Wanted instrumental. Stage because with the side the Wanderer's injury. Successive ligament influential cycle. Second advantage. Raymond Downey. Frustration. Substitute certainly first yesterday's advances and difficult unlearned the sign of the 28th. Certainly first much reference. Deliver 10,022 experience. Wolves had the improbable received another. Scoring look everyone right. Started must walk with me. Everyone reveal time celebrating with a Records in Has the hour heard despite a midnight back hour half. Cake will be paid. Restarted drink after 31 fun revealed. Corner. Records minutes across their beat. A class, again, side back hour half. Since when later, after 31 finishes.
Everyone were right. Last walk complete.
31 finishes.
Time to celebrating with a kick. Not leave brilliant together. As the hour despite a minute. Capably played, restarted drink. Everyone revealed and reported. Records scores across their being. Records
a
class across their being.
Side back hour half.
A class.
Since when later,
Side back hour
31
half.
finishes.
Since when later, after 31 finishes.
Rules. Glance perfect season but achievements 30. Wanted instrumental. Stage because with the side the Wanderer is injured. Successive ligament influential side 40 seconds. Dreadful Bournemouth glance perfect season but achievements 30. Wanted instrumental. Stage because with the side the Wanderer is injured. Successive ligament. Released certainly first routines are often repeated last year. Yesterday's advanced levels have been and did learn the sample size of the 20. Released certainly first rush reference. Delivered 10,022 experience. Rules hack the improvers the house in another machine. Monday light started. In time celebration. Records minutes.
Polyvalent.
Hour head day. Records minutes across their beat. Plus, again, side back hour half. 6 win later, after 31 finishing.
Everyone were right. Must walk times not leave brilliant together. Restart aging. Side back hour half across. Swing later. After 31 finishing. Swing later. After 30.
I am full of too much. Okay, that was Nadia's. I love how many weird turns that one takes.
Yeah, it was really going in every direction. Yeah.
I'm really interested, because it started, I guess, with written word or whatever, and I find it very interesting, and maybe that's something we can talk about, like in the next year or whatever, with everybody, how people translate that into sound. Like I how you guys do that. I don't know who translated what into sound, but I guess Laura, you're doing sound, Mark, you're doing kind of visual and sound. But just be
we use computer programs we made for this. We actually translate all kinds of data into other forms. So it could be an image to sound, or sound to image, or text to sound, or whatever.
So it's not really your choice necessarily. It's a program that does it.
Yeah, it's not like it's random. It's based on the data, but it's really unpredictable, and it's a fun way to work with such things. So we mostly did this with Exquisite Corps, just translating stuff with programs we made before.
Yeah, I find it interesting, I guess, from an overview of seeing all of them. Whenever we get text put in, it'll just drastically shoot in an opposite direction of where it was going. And I find that really interesting, but I also think it's because like things are getting sent in certain orders. I think it would be interesting to shift up per person kind of who gets what, because as we kind of watch them, you'll start to notice, I think, certain ones you can start to see a pattern in where things really change.
Yeah, exactly. It's just really interesting to see like the fight, my kind of that automatic poem, and then the final image, and then of course the sound is kind of there to kind of carry that as well. But I just was like, where that image and the poem somehow strangely, there is a strange, not linearity, that's the wrong word, but there is a strange kind of narrative that we can see, I think, that kind of makes sense, but we can't ever really put words to it. You know what I mean? This is what I find interesting with that kind of process, is that you'll see, and there will be a narrative. It's not a linear one. It's not a concrete one. It's an abstract one, but it sort of makes sense in a very strange way. Anyway, yeah, we can do that at our quiz night next week.
I think that'd be great. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So next one is actually yours, Mark. So let me get it set up. Okay, and this one's, do I have the right one up? Hold on. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Are we ready? This one is 6.5 minutes, so similar length.
Nee, nee, mooi. Ah. Oeh. Ee, ah, ee, ah, ee, ah. Yippo, yippo, yip.
Okay. That one took a lot of different turns, didn't it?
Yeah. I don't know what this part was. Was it like the throat?
Is it the voice or?
Sorry?
I don't know. It's something to do with the voice, maybe. I don't know what it was. It wasn't intestines.
I think Camilla commented that they were vocal cords.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was really weird all of a sudden. And this text, where did this text come from?
I don't know if it's exactly where it came from, but it looks like it's somebody's signature at the end of the email.
Oh,
which text are you talking about?
Like the last 3 or 4 versions that kind of looked like I don't know, legal jargon of some sort. But yeah, I found it so interesting putting those together because I kept these are the same files, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, I love that one. It just jumps around so nicely.
I think it's really interesting when there is image, there is text, there is sound. You know, I think that's. I mean, not that we can plan these things, but it keeps. I think it keeps you. You know, more engaged. I think when you have these different stimulations or whatever that come together. So yeah, I'm enjoying them. I've also got to say I've got to leave, I'm afraid, because I've got to cook dinner for my kids. So sorry. So I hope more people tune in. And also let's try and do this quiz night next week or whatever.
I think that would be a lot of fun. Thanks for stopping by, Nadia.
Yeah, take care, guys.
See ya.
Super to work with you and work more. Bye.
Bye.
Perfect. Let's jump on to the next one, which is Sinmi's version. Now, this is the first version where I noticed our files starting to jump around a little bit. And I think we're going to see some repetition of stuff kind of as we go through the rest. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I just think that's where, you know, emails get sent around but we'll see. I found this one really fun to listen to as I was putting them together. So let me get this one set up. Perfect. Okay. So this one is 12 minutes again.
When I was young, my father taught me how to jump-start my car and charge the battery in case someone else needed help. He taught me how to use power tools and fix things around the house for when things eventually broke. I remember us sat together one afternoon before I left, peeling potatoes and picking fresh herbs together in the backyard for dinner that night. He told me he'd miss me. father taught me how to jump-start my car and charge the battery in case someone else needed help. He taught me how to use power tools and fix things around the house for when things eventually broke. I remember I sat together one afternoon before I left, peeling potatoes and cooking fresh herbs together in the backyard for dinner that night. He told me he'd miss me.
Picturing love, pixelated to the touch of yet breathing fingers expressed in the flesh. Behind the table, drawn by private privilege and access to everyone else willing to join my happening. Page will free time and beg by download. I'll send you my Amazon link behind the table. I'm seeing private privilege and access to everyone else and even you only one happening. I'm out of touch but feel so sad. Your back is turned, and the tops of your shoulders are backwards flowing away. Did you ever notice that? I cannot process you now as pet. See at 2:45 a.m. I still want to kiss you so we can figure something out. I'm supernatural, thriving in the realm between the touch screen and touching. I'm making my own ghost stories, turning up the way the red flags. The hat, the witch, good old Marlon Jack movie fun. I'm supernatural, phasing out subtle ideas indeed. Is it? Pixelated to the touch of yet breathing fingers expressed in the flesh. Behind the table, drawn by private privilege and access to everyone else willing to join my happening. Page will free time and beg by download. I'll send you my Amazon link behind the table. I'm seeing private privilege and access to everyone else and even the only one happening. I'm out of touch but feel so bad. Your back is turned, and the tops of your shoulders are backwards flowing away. Did you ever notice that? I had only processed you now as a tech. I'm at 2:45 a.m. I still want to kiss you so that we can figure something out. I'm supernatural, thriving in the realm between the touch screen and touching. I'm making my own ghost stories, turning up the way the red flags. The hat, the witch, good old Marlon Jack movie fun. I'm supernatural, phasing out some ideas.
Ear splitting. Handstand. Abacus bending. Beatbox. Skip a bit. Flick your knuckles. Overlay foam fizz. And whiplash.
And to the
Alrighty. That one took many turns.
Yeah. Well, it was really funny when we got this file. We just downloaded these 3D models of chess pieces for the 3D sound space to test the resolution. And we just got this image of this king, this fallen king with the power pawns surrounding it. And this was actually the day before King's Day, the national celebration of the King of the Netherlands. So we posted this online, and I thought, well, maybe it sends a bit of the wrong message.
Yeah, like this was the first file where I don't know if it was like me compiling the wrong things or getting like the naming mixed up. But this is the first file where I noticed, hold on, this one sounds remarkably like this other file going around. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because it kind of makes people edit it in a really different direction. And I figured it was inevitable because we have hundreds of files really that we've kind of all done together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was crazy. So next up we have Luba. Let me just get that one prepared. And are we happy to move on to Luba next then?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, perfect. Let me pop it up there. Okay, here we go. This one is about 22 minutes long, so this is a little bit of a longer one, you guys, just so you know.
Picturing love, pixelated to the touch and yet breathing fingered expressions of flesh. Behind the table, drawn by private privilege and access to everyone else willing to join my family. Paying your free time and megabyte download. I'll send you my Amazon link behind the table. I'm seeing private and human access to everyone else and even the only one family. I now not touch the screen so that your back is turned, and the tops of your shoulders are backwards flowing away. Did you ever notice that? I cannot be processing now as pet. See at 2:45 a.m. I still want to kiss you so much we can figure something out. I'm supernatural, driving in the realm between the touch screen and comedy. I'm making my own ghostly voice, turning along the way the red flags, the hat and the witch. Good old Marty Jack movie fun. I'm supernatural, crazy out subtly is indeed. Is it?
Roll. Bass. Roll. Bass. Roll. Longitudinal ear saw brain. Excruciate string snap. Intergalactica star planet synaptic.
Okay. That one I really love.
Yeah, that was a really long file. But I think we didn't get that file. Maybe it wasn't passed to everyone.
Yeah, as we're getting in, we're about halfway through, just over halfway through now. So the ones that we're coming up to now, not all of us have edited them yet. So it's these are still kind of works in progress as we go now. But we have about an hour left of our videos. So it'll bring us right up to 9 o'clock. How is everybody feeling? Do people want a break?
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying seeing all the works.
Yeah, it's actually really nice to watch them back to back. All right, let me get the next one ready then. So we've just done Luba. We're going to put on Ali next. I will share that now for you. So this one is about 17 minutes, so a little bit shorter.
Three, 20, 15, 25. faded. One, nine, 40. Four. Five. I wear my jacket when it gets cold out.
Black your special. Oh, special. Black your special. Never gonna give you up. Black your special. Never gonna give you up like your
Alrighty. That one, I think that one was slightly more consistent than maybe the last few. I don't feel like that one took as many twists and turns.
Yeah, at the last point, it didn't change that much, right? It was more audio. I didn't see any kind of visuals.
Twists and turns.
Yeah, at the last point, it didn't change that much.
Yeah, I find some of them video comes quite quickly, and then other ones it just stays sound. So it'll be curious for us to talk maybe a bit more as we work on them about where that video jumps in and why. And then other ones. So next up, we have Barry. So let me get that one up and going now. About where that video jumps in and why. And then other ones. So next up, it'll be curious for Barry. So let me get that one up and going now. Okay. This one is 7 minutes, so it's definitely a little bit shorter. I'll get this one started. There is a little bit of flashing light in this one, so if anybody does need to watch out for that, I figured I'd let you know now, and I'm going to post it in the Facebook chat as well. Alrighty. So that one is one that's definitely still a work in progress. There's definitely a few more iterations on that one to go. That one took a couple turns. I think as we're seeing them kind of move forward, I don't know, can you guys start to maybe get a picture of who's editing what?
Yeah, I do see some pattern, but I don't think I can place the individual person with each modification. I do know the list, so if I know which part I did, I know which ones were before me and after me, so I could do that.
Yeah, I think that's the fun I've really had kind of in getting all the files together. I've got a little bit of a sense of who's done what. So next up we have Neil, and this one is 15 minutes, so it's a little bit longer. Let me get this one up and ready to go. Okay, so this one's 15 minutes.
Pulsar aggregate, pheromone chant, sustained semicellular hymning, rhymes merge exponential, something like a breath threatens to break through the mirrored air, water, feeling a fizz of harmonic groan and textural inhibition. Pulsar aggregate, pheromone chant, sustained semicellular hymning, rhymes merge exponential, something like a breath threatens to break through the mirrored air, water, feeling a fizz of harmonic groan and textural inhibition. Pulsar aggregate, pheromone chant, sustain cellular hymning, rhymes merge exponential, something like a breath threatens to break through the mirrored air, water, sealing a fizz of harmonic groan and textural inhibition. Pulsar aggregate, pheromone chant, sustain cellular hymning, rhymes merge exponential, something like a breath threatens to break through the mirrored air, water, sealing a fizz of harmonic groan and textural inhibition. Pulsar aggregate, pheromone chant, Sustained semi-cellular hymning. Rhymes merge exponential, something like a breath threatens to break through the mirrored air. Water.
Isn't that one absolutely fantastic so far?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, really interesting. Really interesting. Yeah. Oh, it's really interesting how it's all how they when you receive them, you only receive the last file, and when you see it all together, it's really interesting how it works out. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and I think with these last kind of few that we've been watching and the last few ones ahead, these still have a little bit left to go on them as well. So it'll be really interesting to see where they end up.
Yeah, I was thinking moving forward and dealing with these lists for these files to who you would send the file. We could also make a computer program to send it to the correct person. I think that this would be really interesting to do.
Hey, if that'll make my job easier, yes, please.
Yeah, computers are good at this stuff, but we could actually also try more complex patterns, orders of who edits which file.
Yeah, I've been talking with Camilla in the Facebook chat, and we were talking about the kind of distortion in that one, and it would almost be really interesting just to take these files and do it again and see what comes out at the end of that, because they could get really, really wild. So the next one is the version of Mine. We're gonna again see some repetition in this one because I think Mine was the first file that went jump about in the order. So pardon the repetition on this one again, but let's get this one started. We have about 25 minutes left, so we're almost at the end. Thank you guys for sticking around through all this as well. I know it's a lot to watch all at once, but I think it's quite good. All right, let's get this one going. So this one's like 11 minutes long for you.
Picturing love, pixelated to the touch and yet breathing, fingertips press into flesh, molding, moving, warm, behind a paywall. Join my private's privileged access to everyone else willing to join my patronage. Paying for screen time in megabyte downloads. I'll send you my Amazon wishlist, honey. I'm seeing you, and you and you and you and you, and you, and you and you and you and you. I'm out of touch but feel so tactile. Your back is turned, and the tops of your shoulders are backlit scrolling away. Did you ever notice that? I can only process you now as text. Seen at 2:45 a.m. I'd still want to kiss you sober. We can figure something out. I'm supernatural, thriving in the realm between the touch screen and touch me. I'm making my own ghost stories, learning along the way the red flags, the hag, the witch, good old Baba Yaga move aside. I'm supernatural, phasing in, phasing out subtlety isn't needed, is it?
Picturing love, pixelated to the touch and yet breathing, fingertips press into flesh, molding, moving, warm, behind a paywall. Join my private's privileged access to everyone else willing to join my patronage. Paying for screen time and megabyte downloads. I'll send you my Amazon wishlist, honey. I'm seeing you, and you and you and you and you, and you, and you and you and you and you. I'm out of touch but feel so tactile. Your back is turned, and the tops of your shoulders are backlit scrolling away. Did you ever notice that? I can only process you now as text. Seen at 2:45 a.m. I'd still want to kiss you sober. We can figure something out. I'm supernatural, thriving in the realm between the touch screen and touch me. I'm making my own ghost stories, learning along the way the red flags, the hag, the witch, good old Baba Yaga move aside. I'm supernatural, phasing in, phasing out subtlety isn't needed, is it? Picturing love, pixelated to the touch and yet breathing, fingertips press into flesh, molding, moving, warm, behind a paywall. Join my private's privileged access to everyone else willing to join my patronage. Paying for screen time and megabyte downloads. I'll send you my Amazon wishlist, honey. I'm seeing you, and you and you and you and you, and you, and you and you and you and you. I'm out out of touch but feel so tactile. Your back is turned, and the tops of your shoulders are backlit scrolling away. Did you ever notice that? I can only process you now as text. Seen at 2:45 a.m. I'd still want to kiss you sober. We can figure something out. I'm supernatural. Thriving in the realm between the touch screen and touch game. I'm making my own ghost stories. Learning along the way the red flags. The hag, the witch. Good old Baba Yaga move aside. I'm supernatural. Phasing in. Phasing out subtlety isn't needed, is it? Picturing love, pixelated to the touch and yet breathing fingertips press into flesh. Holding, moving, wall. Behind the paywall. Join my private privileged access to everyone else willing to join my patronage. Paying for screen time and megabyte downloads. I'll send you my Amazon wish list. Honey, I'm seeing you, and you and you and you and you, and you, and you and you and you and you. I'm out of touch but feel so tactile. Your back is turned, and the tops of your shoulders are backlit scrolling away. Did you ever notice that? I can only process you now as text. Seen at 2:45 a.m. I'd still want to kiss you sober. We can figure something out. I'm supernatural. Thriving in the realm between the touch screen and touch game. I'm making my own ghost stories. Learning along the way the red flags. The hag, the witch. Good old Baba Yaga move aside. I'm supernatural. Phasing in. Phasing out subtlety isn't needed, is it? Is it? Is here. Is here. And the blue snap. As the moon I am water. Share with every one in it. Zero I'm here now. Just the year structure here. Everything out to the touch and we snap into the year. As it is like you. We sing the humble snap. I'm the need on my Friday. And we say we're here as I got one. As it is in my hand. When you're here, have us on your show. I'm on the net. As it is have one. As we see the past on up. I'm making my own ghost stories, learning along the way the red flags, the hag, the witch, good old Baba Yaga move aside. I'm supernatural, phasing in, phasing out subtlety isn't needed, is it? Is it? Is here? Is here? And the blue snap. As the moon I am water. Share with the house. Every one in it. Zero I'm here now. Just the year structure here. Everything out to the touch and we snap into the year. As it is like you. As we sing the humble snap. I'm the need on my side. And we say we're here as I got one. As it is in my hand. When you're here, have us on your show. I'm on the net. As it is have one. As we see the past on up. I know myself but feel so tactile. So I am this up. And I am again now you're so here. And I am going to do this for a long time. And I am still I'm still want to kiss you so and figure something out if I be there just the beginning of the realm between every touch screen and touch game. I'm making my own ghost stories, learning along the way the red flags, the hag, the witch, good old Baba Yaga move aside. I'm supernatural, phasing in, phasing out subtlety isn't needed, is it?
Hum and roar. Mouths can't speak, but screens can. Archetypal script skips and weaves. Burp, babble. Lips slip sideways. Plastic. Skin stretch. Hum and roar. Mouths can't speak, but screens can. Archetypal script skips and weaves. Burp, babble. Lips slip sideways. Plastic. Skin stretch. Hum and roar. Mouths can't speak. Screens can. Archetypal script skips and weaves. Burp, babble. Lips slip sideways. Plastic. Skin stretch.
Okay.
Amazing.
We're in the home stretch now. We have 2 more left. That one was really cool. I'm really impressed with that one.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
it's really great getting to watch back your own video and just be like, oh, that's what happened. That's cool. So we have 2 left. It'll be another 15 minutes. So I think we're going to run just past 9 o'clock. So thank you guys for staying this late, early, I don't know, whatever time it is. So I'll move on to the next one just because I don't want to keep people for too long. So we have Claude next up on the docket. Let me share the screen and we'll get going. Alrighty. So that one, I think that one still has a few edits to go around. So that'll be interesting to see where that changes because that made quite a big jump early on. So I think I kind of hope that watching these now doesn't influence people on what changes they should make, but we'll see. We have one last one, which is Andy. It's about 10 minutes. We okay to jump right into it and then we can have a really quick like catch up after, say goodbye, and I won't keep people for too much longer. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Perfect. Let me get that one ready now.
Okay.
Great. So this one's 10 minutes and I'll check in after.
An empty clearing in the forest. Suddenly, the soil appears to be breaking, and the head of a dead woman pushes its way up. Some distance from her, another head begins to appear, that of a man. The boat comes up slowly. The man is fat and bloated, wears a dated warrior's outfit, now muddy. The woman is pregnant. They came up, appear to listen. They do not seem to see each other. Shortly after, Adenidi enters. He passes close to the dead man. Dead man. Will you take my case, sir? Adeniji stares and runs off. Dead man shaking his head. I thought we were expected. They both seem to attempt to sense their surroundings. Dead woman. This is the place. Dead man. Oh, unless of course I came up too soon. It is such a long time and such a long way. Dead woman. No one to meet me. I know this place. Obaniji enters, passes close to the woman. Dead woman. Will you take my case, sir? Obaniji stops and looks thoughtfully at them. The dead man listens hard, goes quickly towards him. Obaniji withdraws, looking back at the pair. Dead woman. I thought he might. He considered it long enough. Demoke enters. He is staring along. The dead woman. Will you take my case, sir? An empty clearing in the forest. Suddenly, the soil appears to be breaking, and the head of a dead woman pushes its way up. Some distance from her, another head begins to appear, that of a man. The boat comes up slowly. The man is fat and bloated, wears a dated warrior's outfit, now muddy. The woman is pregnant. They came up, appear to listen. They do not seem to see each other. Shortly after, Adeniji enters. He passes close to the dead man. Dead man. Will you take my case, sir? Adeniji stares and runs off. Dead man shaking his head. I thought we were expected. They both seem to attempt to sense their surroundings. Dead woman. This is the place. Dead man. Oh, unless of course I came up too soon. It is such a long time and such a long way. Dead woman. No one to meet me. I know this place. Obaniji enters, passes close to the woman. Dead woman. Will you take my case, sir? Obaniji stops and looks thoughtfully at them. The dead man listens hard, goes quickly towards him. Obaniji withdraws, looking back at the pair. Dead woman. I thought he might. He considered it long enough. Demoke enters. He is staring along. The dead woman. Will you take my case, sir?
Okay, we're at the end. Thank you guys so much. I'm kind of at a loss for words. We've watched so much the last couple hours.
Yeah, but it's great to see all that we've done.
We've definitely made a lot of work over the last few months. So I'm so proud of all of us, and I'm definitely looking forward to see where it goes next as well. I think let's have a quick wrap up now. Does anybody have any kind of final thoughts just about the project? Did they enjoy it? What would they want to do next? Anything like that?
Yeah, certainly enjoyed it. I was thinking with this sharing of files, maybe it's also interesting to look at what kind of media we can use in this. Maybe it can actually also be turned into performances and stuff like this. It's really interesting to see, yeah, what it could translate into next.
Yeah. I'm thinking like if in the future if we can like obviously the sequence is different because now it's like I always like can after can maybe next time we can like in like different sequence, and also I think like because this time we all like quickly to like editing, maybe next time we can like a bit longer. I don't know, just a little opinion.
Yeah, no, I think as well, I want for you and Ken to put in pieces as well, because I know you guys started a little bit later in the process with us, so you were editing, but we haven't got one of yours to start with as well. So I think that's something I think would be good for us to do. And I think now that we're not kind of in a lead up to a festival, we can kind of give a bit more time if people want to do something a bit more drastic or ambitious with their edits. And yeah, changing up the order, all of that, I think it's all good for us to work forward with.
Yes, I think it's amazing. I like, wow, I was shocked to see the whole process. Wow, amazing. Fantastic. Yeah.
Well, now you know why I was saying, oh my God, you guys, these are so good the entire time.
Yes.
All right. It's well, for me, it's getting late now. I'm sure for everybody else, you're probably sick of staring at your computer by now. So shall we wrap up for this evening, I think?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys for stopping in. It's been such a fun project. I'm looking forward to doing some more with you all. And thank you for everybody who's tuning in and watching online. And Camilla, I know we were having some fantastic conversations on the Facebook live chat as well. So thank you, everybody. And well, I'd say I'd see you next time, but this is our last event. Oh no!
Well, we will probably see each other for planning for next year.
Yes, I'm gonna I'll be in contact in the next couple days. I think Camilla, Nadia, and I have dreamed up an idea of doing a pub quiz to celebrate with us all next week. So I'll be in contact with you guys, and maybe we can see each other not on a live stream next time, and we'll celebrate.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me this evening. It's been great watching these. We'll say goodbye now, and I'll let Ken back in so he can say goodbye as well. We're gonna tune off now, so goodbye, everybody. We will see you all next time.